Hey guys, and welcome to the Cluster Girl. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Happy, happy, happy. You might be seeing this big, massive stack of books right here and be thinking, what the hell is she up to? This is actually, I'm very pleased to say this and very surprised I can say this. These are the books I've read this year. That hasn't happened in 6 years that I've been able to read that many books. And so I just kind of wanted to do a recap with you real quick of all the books that I've read this year. These are in no particular order. Yes, some of them are parts of series, so of course, I read the first before the second or whatever. So let's get this started. The first one I have here is actually my most recent finish, Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. Where can I put these? Let's set these over here. The next one is The Hunger Games, which is the first one, by Suzanne Collins. I gave this, I want to say, 5 out of 5 stars. I loved that one. Kept me going. The next one I have was actually a reread I did this year. Room by Emma Donoghue was then and still now a 5 out of 5 stars. Though I do feel compared to the movie that was just released, it could have had some of the aspects that are in the movie that were missing from the book. So, still sticking with the 5 out of 5, still my favorite standalone from the general fiction category. The next book I have is Anne Bishop, Sebastian. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, and the next one I have is actually a combination. It's a complete Black Jewels trilogy. So there's 3 books in this big, huge book. That's why it's so massive. There's Daughter of the Blood, Higher of the Shadows, Queen of Darkness on here. So this is actually 3 books in one, with which grand totaled out to be 1,204 pages. I'm very happy I made it through this book in less than a year. I expected this to be my only read this year, because that's about how much I could get through the past 6 years with all that went through my life. Now though, as you see, things are starting to calm down. I read Now and Forever by Suzanne Colestani. And I actually met her this last year. If you can see that. Very, very exciting. She was one of the authors I met at a book convention I went to that I plan to go to again. Another book I read was John Green's Fault in Our Stars. I gave this a 4 out of 5 because I did not like how the book wrecked me. And this one I gave a 4 out of 5 as well, but that was because I felt the main character was too clingy in her relationship and didn't show enough, independence. Another book I read was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is a reread for me. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. It was very easy to see how this can become a big addiction. I am quickly becoming on that bandwagon of the addiction of the Harry Potters. Although I have already read this book one time before, I haven't read the others and currently working on it. Very exciting. Again, a 5 out of 5. The next book I read was Perfect Chemistry by Simone Alcalis. I give this a 5 out of 5. I loved the love story in it. And again, I met her in person at that same book convention that I met Suzanne Colestani. Very, very exciting. I have pictures with both of them. The next book I have is Janine Frost, Halfway to the Grave. Again, it's a reread. I read this back in sophomore year. But, so glad I reread it. I plan to hopefully get to my other ones of the series that I have thus far this next coming year. I gave this, I want to say, a 4 a 3 or 4 out of 5 because I felt the issue with this was the romance was too sudden. But overall a good read. The next book I have is my all-time favorite young adult series, Vampire Academy. And I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. It's my all-time favorite. I definitely want to get the new covers of all of them. I think they're beautiful. And I definitely want to try to finish this series up in the next year. Again, I've read them all already. The next book I have is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars, although a lot of people hyped it up. I didn't find it that amazing. I found it good, but not amazing. So I'm hoping, I have another book of hers in my library. I'm hoping when I finally get to that it'll be better. I heard that Fangirl is one of her weakest works. Is that true? Again, a 3 out of 5 stars for that one. The next book I have is a reread. I read this back in middle school. Maximum Ride the Angel Experiment. It's the first one by James Patterson. I read this to try to get to, or to try to read it before that new movie came out. I believe both the book and the movie reviews are up. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars because it was a little bit choppy for me. But overall a good read. I plan to continue this. I have one more that I'm going to go shopping for again. Oh boy, this will be fun. And the next one I have is by the same author. These are the last two. I have Eve of Destruction and Eve of Darkness by S.J. Day. I actually read these with the intention to go see S.J. or Sylvia Day in person at another convention, but never made it to that convention. Overall, a great read. I definitely, since I heard it's a trilogy, plan to buy the third one and try to finish it this next year. Very, very, very exciting. Alright guys, those are my books that I've read this year. Let's see. Let's total them up. Oh, but before I do that, I gave these both 4 out of 5 stars. I didn't like the feeling of the love triangle that goes on in these. So those are all my, if they got weaker, those are all my reasons why. So let's count these up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 books. I'm very proud of that number. But, go ahead and add 2 more. Because one of the books in there is a bind up. So that gives me a total of 17 books. Plus the book that, if you are a friend of mine on Goodreads or follow me on Goodreads, the book that I read for school. Through a Woman's Eyes, the 3rd edition textbook, whatever, if you count that, so that makes it 18. But I'll just stick at 17 because it's 17 fun books. How about that? And then another book I want to kind of include, because I might either finish it this year before the year's over in the next week, or I'm going to finish it and have it be on next year's for my first, is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Again, it is not a reread, but it is so far very good. I am on page 131. Alright guys, I'm gonna let you go. All of my links to all my videos are down below. For all of the book reviews I've done, I'm gonna link them. If they're not already pre-scheduled, I'll go ahead and put them to where you can click on the link and see them. But if they're scheduled, you're gonna have to wait till they come out. Alright guys, that's all I got for you. Have a safe Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays from me to you and yours. Alright guys, let's bring in 2017 with a bang and stay clustered.